Sonia Green, 20th season for the club, and now 300 appearances, an incredible achievement.
It's crazy. Reaching 300 appearances, I was very proud, very honoured to have done that with one club and for that club to be Saracens because of how important they are to me. And also to have so many of the Saracens high school pupils at the match and their families, that meant a lot. And even the teachers, the staff, they came as well. And someone said to me, "You're 38 and you're still playing Premiership rugby. You've just played 300 games for Saracens and you just played for the Barbars. You can't be disappointed about that." So I've always been really sporty when I was at school, and my teachers would always push me to get involved. I probably used sport to sort of keep me on the straight and narrow. And when I got to sixth form, my PE teacher, he was very open-minded. He made the boys do netball, the girls do rugby. And as soon as I hit a tackle bag, he said, "You need to go and play rugby." I went to Sudbury Rugby Club, and within, I think, a season of being there, I was going to trials for England under-19s and quickly got picked up for the England setup. And at some of the trials that I was at, I met two women's coaches who were actually the founders of Saracens, and they invited me to come play at Saracens, and decided to stay there. So I used to make the journey all the way from Colchester to Saracens, and then when I went to uni at Loughborough, I stayed at Saracens and would do the journey up and down. So yeah, I've been at Saracens ever since. The second I got there, I knew that was the club for me. As much as I love Sudbury, just being surrounded by elite players that played for England, Wales, Canada, Holland, coaching staff that were professional, but with a small p, in that we weren't getting paid to do it. And they were my role models. You know, I hadn't ever been able to see women's rugby players, and suddenly there I was surrounded by them. And yeah, they all had jobs, but they all were international players. So they had 2 full-time jobs in effect. And I was in awe of these amazing women. I remember being on a pitch that was pretty much a park. We had floodlights on one area, so it was a very, very different experience to now. I remember being very muddy. There's some pictures of me just being caked in mud. But despite that, just the memories I have about it being really competitive. You know, I started off in the second team. I just wanted to be in the first team. I wanted to be playing in the Premiership, playing big clubs. You know, and then it was Clifton and Bristol and Worcester and Richmond. I just wanted to be playing against other elite women. We had a stand at Bramley Road. You might have a few friends and family there, sort of joke and say one man and his dog. And now the game when it was my 300th, it was a huge game against Exeter. We had people that would normally watch men's games coming along, you know, cheering, come on you Sarries girls. They care about Saracens, and therefore they're coming to watch our matches because they want to watch women's sport. They want to watch the women, and that just speaks volumes. Bigger crowds, better facilities. The standard is obviously, it's miles apart, but that's still that sort of passion, those values, they're still there.
Saracens are Premier 15s champions for 2019. They're the best of the best.
Saracens are very value driven. Ever since I've been at the club, those values have been so important, that family feel. For me, family is very, very important. My sport has given me my family, and I think Saracens for me has been the reason for my success. Everything that Saracens has taught me has enabled me to be successful in all areas of my life, be it through teaching, with sport, and it's just always been a very elite club. Like for me, that's what drew me to the club, and I've just loved every minute of it. Saracens as an organisation is very value driven, and when there was an opportunity in Barnet in the borough to have a free school, and Saracens wanted to get on board, they wanted to give back to the community. It was an opportunity to continue the great work they were doing through sport, but also through education with the local community, and that is very much what we do. We serve the local community. If you ask anyone that works here, it's all about family, it's all about values. So yeah, it probably shows I'm very proud to say I'm a member of staff here. If I'm totally honest, I probably fell into teaching a little bit, but once I was there, you know, it's just been a great opportunity to be a role model to other girls. I remember starting up my first rugby club for girls in the first school I taught in, and a few years ago one of the girls was actually playing for Saracens women. I mean, that's why you become a teacher, that's why you become a PE teacher. So, and then obviously working here at Saracens High School, it couldn't be better. My job as Vice Principal, I lead on culture. So some schools call that behaviour, we like to call it culture. So that's culture with the pupils, with the families, with the staff. I'm also a designated safeguarding lead, and I do teach a little bit as well. So we really encourage the pupils to be part of the team and the experience. But we also we've had some men's players come in. They're working with some of our pupils to do mentoring. We invite people that are linked to the club to come in and support the pupils with their careers and aspirations. We call it futures here. So it might be that there's someone that's linked to the club who is maybe a lawyer, or potentially, I don't know, works in media, or we've even had a comedian come in. But those links with Saracens have enabled us to then support the young people to meet people that they can aspire to be. I love both of my jobs, so hopefully be here for the foreseeable future. With regards to rugby, people keep saying, when you're going to retire? I'm not ready yet. So I've had that conversation with my coach. I've said he needs to be honest with me when I'm ready. At the moment, I can't even think about coaching, or I just want to focus on, you know, taking each weekend, each match as it comes. But I'm not ready to give up yet.